introduce myself. My name is Jay Braden. I am the head of performing arts here at Portsmouth Abbey School, and I have this room that you're in right now. This warm room is pretty much where I hang out every day, all year long, and I love it here. It's a wonderful school, wonderful place to be. I've been here 8 years, and in those 8 years, have directed 4 plays by Shakespeare. Macbeth was the first one. I think I can say that. Too late now. I get struck by lightning. I think Shakespeare would be okay. I mean, I think he'd be okay if I said that.
Turn around 3 times and go outside.
Is that what I can do?
Yeah.
All right, I'll do that right after. And then I directed A Midsummer Night's Dream, and then The Taming of the Shrew, and then this past fall directed Romeo and Juliet. And so when J.K. McGuire announced what the topic was going to be this year for the Institute, it made sense that we would revamp a scene from Romeo and Juliet. And fortunately, the actors in the play, the 3 actors we have tonight, are day students, and they didn't fly off last week, as many of our students did, to Korea, China, Colorado, and other places. So fortunately, Romeo, Juliet, and Friar Lawrence are all day students. Come on! If they weren't, I don't know what we'd be presenting tonight. Drake Bowen just graduated. He is playing Romeo, and Anne Gallagher is going into her junior year. We call them fifth formers next year. And Andrew Morsilli is playing Friar Lawrence. He also graduated, and so it's just a pleasure to have him back here. Let's see, what do you need to know? We're just doing 2 scenes, Act 2, Scene 2 from Romeo and Juliet, Act 2, Scene 3. If you may recall, Act 2, Scene 2 is the balcony scene, which is why I have a balcony behind me. And I'm sure you remember the play, but let's see, Romeo and his friends crashed at the Capulet party, and it's when he came face to face with Juliet, and they danced together, and he was just struck by love. And was heading home with his friends, and he decided to ditch his friends and go find Juliet. Go jump over the orchard wall and see if he could find her. I love, he has this moment where he stops and he says, "Turn back, dull earth, and find thy center out." I love that. Turn back, dull earth, and find thy center out. It's just how I feel about my life. My center, you know? So it's a lovely phrase. So then that happens, and so you'll see that, and he'll run into Juliet, and then right after that, he goes right to the friar, and he wants to seek counsel, and would love to have the friar marry them. I always laugh at that, because they just met at the party, and they want to get married. There are a lot of good reasons why, I think. Yeah, I didn't even think of that one, actually. But you did. That's what we have, and as you recall, the play starts with a prelude, a lovely sonnet that Shakespeare wrote to start the play off, remind everybody what the play's about, gives the play away, but I guess people don't seem to mind, and it goes like this. 2 households, both alike in dignity, in fair Verona, where we lay our seed, from ancient grudge break to new mutiny, where civil blood makes civil hands unclean. From forth the fatal loins of these 2 foes, a pair of star-crossed lovers take their life, whose misadventure, piteous overthrows, doth with their death bury their parents' strife. The fearful passage of their death-marked love, and the continuance of their parents' rage, which but their children's end naught could remove, is now the 12 minutes traffic of our stage. The which, if you with patient ears attend, what here shall miss, our toil shall strive to mend. Just scars that never felt a wound. Oh, sorry. The light beyond the window breaks. It is the east, and Juliet is the sun. Arise, fair sun, and kill the envious moon, who is already sick and pale with grief. Thou, her maid, art far more fair than she. Oh, be not her maid, since she is envious. Her vestal livery is but sick and green, and none but fools do wear it. I'll cast it off. It is my lady. Oh, it is my love. Oh, she knew she were. She speaks, yet says nothing. What of that? Ride his courses. I will answer it. Oh! I am too bold. It's not to me she speaks. Two of the fairest stars in all the heaven, having some business, do entreat her eyes to twinkle in their spheres so they return. What if her eyes were there, they in her head? The brightest of her cheek would shame those stars as daylight doth a lamp. And her eyes throughout the airy region would stream so bright that birds would sing and think it were not night. Oh, see how she leans her cheek upon her hand. Oh, that I were a glove upon that hand, that I might touch that cheek.
Ay me.
Oh, she speaks. Speak again, bright angel, for thou art as glorious to this night, being over my head, as is a winged messenger of heaven, unto the white, upturned, wondering eyes of mortals that fall back to gaze on him as he bestrides the lazy puffing clouds and sails upon the bosom of the air.
O Romeo, Romeo, wherefore art thou Romeo? Deny thy father and refuse thy name. Or if thou wilt not, be but sworn my love, and I'll no longer be a Capulet.
Shall I hear more? Or shall I speak of this?
'Tis but thy name that is my enemy. Thou art thyself, though not a Montague. What's Montague? It is nor hand, nor foot, nor arm, nor face. Oh, be some other name belonging to a man. What's in a name? That which we call a rose, by any other word would smell as sweet. So Romeo would, were he not Romeo called, obtain that dear perfection which he owns without that title. Romeo, doff thy name, and for thy name take no part of thee, take all myself.
I'm taking their word. You call me with love and I'll be new baptized. Henceforth I never will be Romeo.
What man art thou, that thus be screamed at night, so stumblest on my counsel?
By a name, dear saint, I know not how to tell thee who I am, for my name is hateful to myself, because it is an enemy to thine.
My ears have not yet drunk 100 words of thy tongue's uttering, yet I know the sound. Art thou not Romeo, and a Montague?
Either fair maid, if either be disliked.
How camest thou hither? Tell me, and wherefore? Orchard walls are high and hard to climb, and the place death, considering who thou art. If my kinsmen find thee here.
With love's light wings did I ever burst these walls. For stony limits cannot keep love out. And what love can do, that dares love attempt. Therefore thy kinsmen are no stop to me.
If they do see thee, they will murder thee.
Oh, lack, there lies more peril in thine eye than in 20 of their swords. Look thou with sweet man, proof against their enmity.
I would not for the world they saw thee here.
I have nights close to hide me from their eyes. Oh, let thou love me, let them find me here. My life better ended by their hate than death prorogued wanting of thy love.
By whose direction foundest thou out this place?
My love! First it prompted me to inquire. You lend me counsel, I lent him eyes. I am no pilot. If wert thou as far as the vast shore washed with the farthest sea, should I venture for such merchandise?
Thou knowest the mask of night is on my face. Else would have made it blush repaint my cheek for that which thou hast heard me speak tonight. Fain would I go on form, fain deny what I have spoke. But farewell compliment. Dost thou love me? I know thou wilt say aye, and I'll take thee at thy word. Yet if thou swearest, thou mayst prove false. At lovers' perjuries they say Jove laughs. O gentle Romeo, if thou dost love, pronounce it faithfully. Or if thou thinkest I'm too quickly won, I'll frown and be perverse and say thee nay, so thou wilt woo. But else not for the world. In truth, fair Montague, I am too fond, and therefore thou mayst think my figure light. But trust me, gentlemen, I'll prove more true than those that have more cunning to be strange. I should have been more strange, I must confess. But that thou overheardest ere I was ware my true love's passion. Therefore pardon me, and not impute this yielding to light love, which the dark night has so discovered.
Me, by yonder blessed moon, I vow that tips with silver all the treetops.
Swear not by the moon, the inconstant moon, that monthly changes in her sickle orb, lest that thy love prove likewise variable.
Well, what shall I swear by?
Do not swear at all. Or, if thou wilt, swear by thy gracious self, which is the God of my idolatry, and I'll believe thee.
If my heart...
Well, do not swear. Though I have no joy in this contract tonight. It is too rash, too unadvised, too sudden, too like the lightning which shall cease to be ere one can say it lightly. Sweet good night. This bud of love by summer's ripening breath may prove a beauteous flower when next we meet. Good night. Sweet repose and rest come to thy heart as that within my breast.
Oh, will that leave me so unsatisfied?
What satisfaction canst thou have tonight?
The exchange of thy love's faithful vow for mine.
I gave thee mine before thou didst request it, and yet I would it were to give again.
Wouldst thou withdraw it? For what purpose, love?
But to be frank and give it thee again. And yet I wish but for the thing I have. For my bounty is as boundless as the sea, my love as deep. The more I give to thee, the more I have, for both are infinite.
Juliet!
I hear some noise within. Dear love, adieu.
Juliet!
Anon, good nurse. Sweet auntie, be true. Stay but a little, I will come again.
Oh, blessed night. I am afeard this being night, that all this is but a dream, too flattering and sweet to be substantial.
3 words, dear Romeo, and then good night indeed. If that thy bent of love be honorable, thy purpose marriage, send me word tomorrow by one that I'll procure to come to thee, where and what time thou wilt perform the rite. And all my fortunes at thy foot I'll lay, to follow thee, my lord, throughout the world. I come anon! But if thou meanest not well, I do beseech thee. By I come! To cease thy strife and leave me to my grief. Tomorrow will I
This
send
will thrive my soul.
1,000 times good night.
1,000 times the worse and want thy light. Love goes toward love as schoolboys from their books. But love from love, towards school, heavy looks.
Yes, Romeo, yes. Oh, for a falconer's voice to lure this tassel gentle back again. Bondage is hoarse and may not speak aloud. Else would I tear the cave where echo lies, and make her airy tongue more hoarse than mine with her petition of my Romeo.
Ah, it's my soul that calls upon my name. How silver sweet sound lovers' tongues by night, like the softest music to attending ears.
Romeo,
My sweet,
what o'clock tomorrow shall I send to thee?
by the hour of 9.
I will not fail. 'Tis 20 years till then. I have forgot why I didn't call you back.
Let me stand here without remembering it.
I shall forget to have thee still stand there, remembering how I love thy company.
And still I'll stay, and have thee still forgetting any other home but this.
'Tis almost morning. I would have thee gone, and yet no farther than a wanton's bird. To hop a little from his hand, like a poor prisoner in his twisted gyves, with the silken thread plucks it back again, so loving jealous of his liberty.
I would that bird.
Sweet, so am I. Yet I should kill thee with much cherishing. Good night. Good night. Parting is such sweet sorrow that I should say good night until tomorrow.
Sleep low upon thine eyes, peace in thy breast. Oh, that I were sleep in peace, so sweet to rest. Hence must I, to my ghostly friar's close cell, his help I crave, my dear have to tell. Gray-eyed morn smiles on frowning night, checkering the eastern clouds with streaks of light. Fleckered darkness, the drunkard reels, fourth day's path tightens burning wheels. Now where the sun advances burning high, the day to cheer and night's vain dew to dry, I must upfill this austere cage of ours with baleful weeds, precious juiced flowers. The earth, that's nature's mother, is her tomb. What is her burying grave? That is her womb. And from her womb, children of diverse kind, we, suckling on her natural bosom find, many for many virtues excellent, none but for some, and yet all different. gold minerals, the powerful grace that lies in plants, herbs, stones, and their true qualities. For not so vile on the earth doth live, but to the earth some special good doth give. Nor aught so good but strains from that fairness, revolts from truth, stumbling on abuse. Virtue itself turns vice, being misapplied, and vice, sometimes by action, dignified. Within the infant rind of this sweet flower, poison hath residence, and medicine power. This part being smelt cheers each part. Being tasted, stays all sensible in the heart. Two such opposing kings encamp them still, herbs as well as man, grace and goodwill. Where their worship is predominant, full soon the canker death eats up that plant.
Good morrow, Father.
Benedict! What early tongue so sweet saluteth me? Young son and armies of distempered head, so soon to bid good morrow to thy bed. Care keeps his watch in every old man's eye, and where care lodges, sleep will never lie. Where unbruised youth with unstuffed brain doth couch his limbs, there golden sleep doth reign. Therefore, thy earliness doth me assure thou art roused with some distemperature. Or if not so, then here I get it right. Or Romeo hath not been invented.
The last part is true. Sweeter rest was mine.
God, singest thou with Rosaline?
Rosaline? Go say, Father. No, I forgot that name, and that name's Whoa.
That's my good son. But where hast thou been then?
I'll tell thou, ere asking me again. I have been feasting with mine enemy, when, all of a sudden, one hath wounded me, that's by me wounded. Both are remedies in thy help and holy physic lies, but I bear no hatred, blessed Father, for lo, thy intercession likewise steads my foe.
Be plain, my good son, and homely in thy drift. Really confession finds unwritten shrift.
And plainly know my heart's true love is set on the fair daughter of rich Capulet. Ah, it's mine on hers, so hers is set on mine. And all is mine, save what thou must combine my holy marriage. When, where, and how, and then mood, I'll tell these we passed. But this I pray, that thou consent to marry us today.
Holy Saint Francis. What a change is here. Is Rosaline that thou didst love so dear, so soon forsaken? Young men's love that truly lies, not in their hearts, but in their eyes. What a deal of brine hath washed thy sallow cheeks for Rosaline. How much salt water thrown away in waste, to season love that it doth not taste. The sun thy sighs from heaven has not cleared. Thy old groans radiate my nature here. Love, here upon thy cheek, the stain doth sit of an old tear that is not washed off yet. If e'er thou wast thyself, and these woes thine, thou and these woes were all for Rosaline. And art thou changed? Pronounce this sentence then. Women may fall when there's no strength in men.
Thou chidest me off for loving Rosaline.
For doting, not for loving the pupil mind.
And bad to be very loved.
Not in grave to lay one in, another out to have.
I pray thee, chide me not. Her I love now doth grace with grace and love for love. Allow the other did not so.
Oh, she knew well thy love could read by rote and could not spell. But come, young waverer. Come go with me. In one respect, I'll assist with you. For this alliance may so happy prove to turn your household's rancor to pure love.
Let us hence, I stand on sudden haste.
Wisely and slow, they stumble and run fast.